I actually heard it from one of my friends. Was talking about it, and he was saying that it was a prophet that was prophesying, and he prophesied to my friend, and things were coming to pass. And from there, and also the prophet, which was Master Prophet Bernard E. Jordan, his mentor was one of my spiritual mentors, even my mother's spiritual mentor, which is Reverend Ike, and which is Reverend Ike is from my hometown. So I knew, so the connection was there. So I was like, okay, I have to see what he's talking about, and go from there. Well, actually, I thought about prophecy. What I thought about prophecy was, I grew up in church, so I hear we had prophets come by and, speak, but, you never really, until you mature and understand, you never know, understand it fully until you actually been prophesied to, and it comes to pass. The Master Prophet prophesied to me at a time in my life where I was out of work, I went through a divorce, I got shot. Basically, I was actually living in a storage. Got kicked out of 2 storages, and actually at the time I was in the storage, Master Prophet said, sow the seed, and God will move within the next few days. I came from a background where, when he told me that, I knew I had to do it. But at first, I'm looking at my money, where, like I said, I was homeless. I was drawing a disability check, which was only $700 some. So $700 plus child support, even while I'm in a shelter. And I'm looking at my money. I said, God, you're telling me it's for a reason, so I gotta trust you. And when I trusted, actually, I didn't pay my car note. I didn't even pay my shelter bill. They basically locked me out of shelter, but I sowed that seed first. But it was almost like being all in, either going all in or not. So I went all in. I said, God, I'm gonna trust you on this. And I knew that what moves God is faith. And I had to test God. I said, Lord, look, you said if I do this, if I sow my seed and I trust in you, you will come through. So I sold my seed, actually at $500 seed, and only had $700 coming in, period. Didn't know how I was gonna eat. I knew they was gonna kick me out of my shelter, so I sold my seed, and the shelter bill was due within that Friday. I sold the seed on a Wednesday, so I was locked out of the shelter. Locked out of the storage Friday night, and so Friday night I actually slept in my car. I called, the Holy Spirit said, call somebody, call one of your friends, call someone I met, and they ended up giving me the money to get my storage. And I was like, God, you awesome. And then after that, a prophecy occurred where he said, they're gonna be calling you about a job. So look forward to the call. And also, as a company of prophets, they also say, driving is gonna be your portion. And this is where I'm like, put my resume out on Monster. Next thing you know, I had a phone call. Hey, you looking for a job? And so from that point, I was like, well, how do you find my resume? I didn't apply for you. I didn't apply to this company. And they said, well, we found it out on Monster, And from there, my life has constantly went up. I mean, he also prophesied that my income will increase. God will give me a double portion it's double for your trouble. And all I have been seeing is constant increase. And from there, I knew I've constantly sowed. And not only that, I sowed more above and beyond tithes and offering. And when you do that, he even said, things will show up where you don't even know things will just happen. And things were just happening, and they're constantly happening. So I would tell anyone, prophecy is real. Master Prophet Bernard E. Jordan is real. That's the power of prophecy.